Hello friends and hello student. My name is Ashok Sijala. In this session we learn the type conversion in C++. So first I share my laptop screen and here fix the goal so you can watch better way my video lecture, and here's turbo C++. I just double click and take some time. Yes, now is open. Alter F, file menu is open and taking new file, and here our goal convert means type. Yes, type conversion. Okay, so there are three type of conversion. First, so basic to class type. Okay, so class is a keyword, and class to basic type, so that is a second, and third is a class, we can say that one class to other class, or that I think you have to know here. B2C, that is a short. B2C, basic to class type. I just left, and here C2B, class to basic type, and here C2C, that is a meaning. So here I define that is our constructor. Just in basic to class type conversion we require the constructor, and here that is a casting, or we can say that casting operator function. Okay, so type, or we can say that casting. Yes, cst. Yes, s is remaining, and here source class and destination. So in this session we cannot discuss this third type, but focus on the first two type, basic to class and class to basic. That is three type of type conversion is happen in C++. So in this session I just take the basic to class and class to basic, only three. But class to class in then next, in my upcoming video lecture I can see. So source class and destination class, that is a, we can take the constructor or operator casting depend upon the which class. So source class and destination class is there. So if you casting in the like source class, that time you can use the casting operator, and you can take the conversation in destination class. That time you require the constructor. So depend upon the requirement. That is a, so I cannot discuss this. So I just reference for, there are three type of type casting or type conversation, we can say that. So I just comment line, and here yes, that part is not cover, only two type. What first we can focus. So that is a fix basic to class type, so we can take constructor, that is our requirement. So now we can take one example. So with example we can understand. So iostream.h, yes, and that is our include files, and that is a first section of C++ program, and then class, yes, and then distance. Class name is a distance. So we can take the kilometer and meter example. You can like so many meter and centimeter is there, feet each is there. So take any example, but here, so integer, yes, so that is a km, kilometer. Yes, the member name is kilometer. So that is our uh, private instant variable in class. Okay, and then we can define our constructor, and that is first that distance. Yes, s is remaining. So distance, that default constructor, we can initialize to kilometer km equal to 0. Yes, and then on distance one parameterized constructor, and that is our requirement first. So a assigned to that almost we can, in previous video lecture we can take the one parameterized constructor, that is already done basic to class type conversion, but that time we cannot get idea that is a conversion is that class. So am is a is like we can pass in meter. So multiplication is 1000, you have to know, uh, is a meter in the 1000 meter is a, we can that divide, that is convert division, not multiplication, because we can divide. So that we pass the meter and that convert into the kilometer. Yes, so 1000 meter equal to 1 kilometer, you have to know very well. So now that is a constructor, and that is a, here we can say that basic to class type conversion. So that is our first target. So after we can see the other second type, but first basic to class type, how it taking the done. So here I can just show one member of class, and that is a print our kilometer. Yes, so the just km is, or you can say that kilometer. Yes, and print the km variable. Okay, and now I think there is a, we cannot require get, it not required to here. Okay, so just we can pass to the our kilometer to directly that appropriate type conversions. So we can scan after also kilometer, but now we can know any outside member. So that is class declaration is complete, or header file is declared, and now turn to that is a member function is not any outside of class, so we can directly take main. And first type we have to understand. So here I take one integer variable, and that is a meter. So meter, yes. So yes, and then clear screen, and we can scan. Yes, so message enter meter. Okay, enter meter. Yes, and we can scan our meter variable in integer. So you can also put, but not float. Integer is there. If meter and centimeter, that time we can float also. So here, what to do? First, we can declare the instance. Yes, distance. Our that distant name, not instant variable is, I say, the concept. So km is an instant variable of object. So when our object is created here, I declare the distance class was like d1. That time automatically that km variable initialize the memory. So that is known as an instant variable. So that I can say. And now here I assign that is a meter. So that type conversion. So here is a meter is a integer variable, and that convert into our type, that is only automatically our one parameterized constructor call, and that is a basic to class type conversion. Okay, so that is the first we can done, and then we can take the d1 as show. So we can print also. Yes, and then get ch. Yes, so first save this file. Yes, so first save. So that is we can give, there are, I take two types. So type conversion COA, and yes, there are two, but how many character? 8 characters there. So we can use constructor also, or type conversion too. So constructor type conversion, and basic to class, class to basic. There are two types we have to take in this session. Okay, so yes, type conversion save. Okay, so first, yes, any other, I think no require, because we can all our simple. Yes, there is like compile. Yes, there is no any error, and we can run. So we can take the enter the meter. So here I pass 5000 meter. Yes, so if we can more like 15, so that is a uh, range is not sufficient integer, like plus range in the 32,768. So we can go in long integer, so then in place, so we can I go, so you can take only long integer, there is no any problem. So here, yes, that is 5 kilometer, that convert meter into kilometer, that our first target is achieved. Also you can take the that example after that this session, you can meter and centimeter. So that time what we can do, So meter in centimeter, so we can convert in divide by centimeter we can pass and convert into the meter, so divide by 100, so that is meter is done. So centimeter to meter, you can meter multiplication in 100, so that is a centimeter convert into the meter, so that is vice versa. Okay, so here our meter is converted into the kilometer, 5k kilometer, okay, km. Okay, so first perfectly we have to achieve, and now second, class 2, basic to class is complete here, and that is a, here you can see our that is a constructor, and here our integer data type, and here we can pass as a one parameterized as an integer data type. So and here we can division 1000, so that meter is divided into the kilometer. Okay, so basic to class type is complete, and now we can take the place as a uh, converting kilometer to the meter. So what to do, we can take not at that time not use the constructor, we can use the one special member function, and that is known as a type casting or casting. Here I write casting operator function, and there are three rules of that member. That is a must be as a class member, that not any argument we have to pass, yes, and uh, that not written any data type. So there are three rules I just revise. So that is a class member must be as a class member, you can say that, and that is a not written any data type. So we cannot return any data type, and that is we cannot pass any argument. So there are three conditions we can apply. So first here I one member first I declare as a void and get km kilometer. Okay, so yes, just scan. So only one line is there, so you can also take in outside, but here not required. So here I scan, uh, enter km kilometer. Okay, we can convert into the meter. So first we can scan the km kilometer variable or member, and then exactly here or in last define that operator casting function. So that is a like there is no any return data type, so we cannot take return any data type. Operator keyword, and there is directly int, or if you long int then take also, and here no argument, no return value, and that is must be as a class member, yes. And here we can take directly to our that convert. So here we can return, but that is a not written, but we can return in integer type. So that is a happen. So we can take one integer variable, like because that here we can define integer. Okay, so we cannot take any return data type, but we return value is there. So that is a operator casting function. That's some different rules. So there are three main rules. There is no any argument. Yes, here is there is no any argument. So I write for you one syntax so you can understand. So here that we can say that operator first operator is keyword and type. Yes, your type name. There is no, and then here opening closing brace, and we can say that block or number of statement. Okay, so here we can say that block of statement, your requirement statements. So that is a syntax. So I just reference in multi-comment lines so you can understand. That is a syntax for you. So you can also identify. So now compare that operator keyword type is our integer. You can also float, double, that depend upon your requirement. And then number of statement, block of statement, we can say that, or simple, we can say that statements, number of statement, okay, block of statement. So integer, and that I define the temp or any other variable name, and also I here our we can class to basic to here, that is class to basic type, basic to class type we have to already done. So how that that is automatic you call when we can assign to our simple basic data integer to class type object assigned to that time automatically that call. So here that we can say that implicit call. Yes, and here I what to do. So our km, yes, kilometer, and that is a we can multiply 1000. So that is a happen, and then we can return just only 10. So that is our kilometer convert into the meter. So I think you have to know on the here in constructor we can take the division operation and here multiplication operation. So 1000 em you can multiply, that is a convert into the meter. So we can take that operator casting function. So now here I declare one object distance d1 d2, yes, and that is a default constructor call, and then d2 and get kilometer. First we can call get kilometer, then and then we can convert. And here I take the like our meter is variable already there, so I can also use there, not take any other variable, but we can take m also, or also use that same. And here I d2 assign, that is second our type conversion operation is done, and that is a class to basic, you can say that basic type conversion. So here also that is our here that same. So class to basic. So that time operator casting function is needed. Type conversion is there. So whenever you can type basic to class type, that time basic to class type b2c, that is short I can write b2c. So that time constructor is required, and class to basic, that time casting operator function is needed. Okay, so in this session I can take two type conversion and one class to other c to c, that is in next session. Okay, so I think you can understand. And now we can print our here, directly print the our, because that is a, and the meter r, or we can say the meter is r, the number of meter is there. So here we can print m, and also we can print our d2 dot show function, so that kilometer how many is there. And yes, there is also we can print the message here, but now we can provide the handle. So taking new line, handle is a manipulator, so I think you can understand. Yes, one, yes, missing is semicolon on, there is no any other error. So semicolon is required every statement in C and C++. So every statement terminate with in class or C and C++, and that is a semicolon. And also here the class declaration, that is semicolon, that I can say. Okay, now I think complete. We cannot declare any member to outside of class. So we can also take one outside class member. So yes, we can take after that. Okay, now first compile and run. Yes, so there is no any error. So first we can take meter like 5000. I again that is a convert into the 5 km kilometer, and now reverse. So I give the 5 kilometer, that is convert into the meter. So yes, 5000 meter r, and that again that km is a 5. We can enter that same. So slash n is needed. So yes, handle we can provide, but after meter we cannot provide. So that happened. Yes, I think you can understand. So that is not second time we have to print needed, because we have to already and show that not required. So yes, what here we can provide slash n. So I use here slash n, not the handle. Both we have to use. Okay. So now I again run, and we can take some different. So here I pass like 1 meter 1500. So what is a kilometer? That is a in 1.5. So that is a float data type is needed. So I just testing. So that is a truncate 500, because that is a not convert, because one, yes. So fraction part is not divide. So now here I again kilometer in like 15. So that is a, yes, so that is a Yes, that is exactly. So we can also possible float data type. So I just convert all over so you can understand. So we cannot take long integer data type. So here I provide the float as kilometer because in a like 1.5 that is a that kilometer is also possible. So what is a change is required also here. So I first take integer and now convert in float data type. Okay. So yes, all are well. Yes, here is no. Yes, here is change. Here now integer to float. That time and here also that is same. That here which data type is there. That time you can declare that type of variable that is return. Okay. So return data type is not, but return keyword is there. That is a operator casting rules. And now here we can also meter is integer, but we can take the float. Yes, because that is our class member is now float data type. So all are float. Yes, and here also we can take the float. Yes, so no any range problem is there. So I convert the integer to float data type. So yes, and now yes, let us run again. So first compile, yes, any error? No. So let us first I enter now big range. So there is possibility like uh, meter 15,500 like that is float data type. So we can enter so many large range in meter. So and also possibility. So now let us how many kilometer? Yes, so 15 kilometer. And now I hear small 1,500. So that is a convert. Okay, so that is a kilometer is there. So we cannot take that type of. We can like 5.5. Yes, so that is a also meter. So that is a 5,500 meter. And yes, kilometer is 5.5, but one slash n we have to take. So what that yes, we can after the session before we have to give. So that is a here, not a. So we can better use here also and L. Yes, so that our yes last time run. So what happened? So I again give some big range. So 5,500, 25,500. So 25.5 yes kilometer, and here I give the 2.5 yes kilometer 2.5. Okay, so yes, now it's the perfect, and that 2.5 again print, so that is not required. So yes, so there are two typecasting done here, very simple. Give the example basic to class, that time constructor is there. So here we can define to our constructor. Yes, so that is one parameterize, and first we can take integer and now convert in the float data type. So not a issue in the range. So basic to class, that is a, and 1 kilometer equal to 1,000 meters. So you have to know. So we can divide km. I just summarize all, and we can take the kilometer from user and show. And here operator, that syntax operator is keyword type that require here first integer and then float. That operator is keyword that not any return value, class member must be, and then we can also return the value. So that time that return, and not any argument, that not any take any argument, that is a operator casting type conversion class to basic type that is required. So here that is a statement meter, that is simple float variable we can assign to the class D1. So that is a basic to class type. Yes. And we can show, and D2 that is a default constructor call, then scan kilometer and float that class to basic type. So here we can directly that assign the simple variable to object D2. Okay. So I think it is finished, very simple but very interesting. Yes. So write this program. Yeah. Yes. Also we can one member, and we can take the first I declare only. Yes, that happen. I think yes. Let us take. So here is semicolon, and I just copy this and pass to outside class. That also happen. I think. Let us check. So operator casting, we can declare outside class, that also possibility or not, we have to check. Okay. So I just remove this body part and pass to here. So brass is removed. Yes, because we have already provided the brass. So yes, yes, someone. So yes, here undo is not possible. So we can type again. So very two line only. So temp is there. Yes, so we can know. And then what we can do? So that is our km and that divide into 1000. Okay, and we can return keywords. So only two line is there. So temp. Yes, so that is saved. Yes, and that is a class member. So here we can take that taking error because with it, that is a member of class. Okay. So here what to do? So that return data type, there is no any require, but class name is a distance. Yes, and scope revision operator. So that is happen or not? Yes. Yes. What is the float declaration out? So that is I checking. So yes, here that semicolon. Yes. So that is a require. So yes, any problem? Yes, one is there. What temp? Yes, we can here also float. Yes, so that is I just testing, but there is a happen because that is a class member. So we can outside also like as a simple over member. So then and then that is a. So I just declare this syntax also outside of class just in comment line. So you can refer this syntax and assign to your operator casting members. So I all are shifting some. Yes, here, yes, that block and here. Okay, so that is a comment line for reference for your. Yes, so there is a no return data type. So I first initialize inside the class and taking the outside class. So some we can change also. So like our like we can declare our show member. So show what is a syntax? I just revive. So return type is a void and then distance, that is our class name, and then show. And here only one line, but I take two members, so you can compare these members. So I just cut this one line and pass to inside this body part of. Yes, here, and some blank is removed. Yes, so here we can what to do? Here remove this brace and then like our semicolon. So we can take two members same as it is. So here comparison is done. So here void, but here is not any return data type. That is a rules I just revised, and that is also class member, but there is no any return data type, but we can use the return keyword because that type, that operator and syntax is type, that is data type, or that we can return float data type. Okay, and that is a must be class member. There is no any return data type. We can assign that definition time and no any argument. That three rules you can understand. Then no any mistake take place. Okay. So now that is all our wells. So I just run. We can say that uh, one time again because we can say that. So here kilometer 20 some float value is appear. So 25 again give the same value. So 25.5 kilometer, and here give some different value. So yes, yes, that type 15,000 okay, kilometer is there. So 155. Yes, so that is a meter. Yes, that is a division. So that happen. Meter are that so many range is there. So we can give some small value, that is perfect. So here that is no problem. Okay, so yes, here is there. So 5, yes, kilometer is there. So we can take some small value. So like 2.5. Yes, so that is a given perfect. Yes, so now is ready. Yes, what to do? Yes, here not division. Yes, here is problem. So multiplication is there. I copy and paste that time. Yes, here is division and here multiplication. So why we can give the wrong output? So I can surprise. So here just change. So now is okay. Yes, and now 2.5. Yes, so that is a perfect. So multiplication and division, that is now perfect our output. So I give all idea outside class. You can also define as our routine class member, that is a operator casting function. Very simple but important. Here I simple give multiplication but division, because we can convert in meter kilometer to meter. So 1000 multiplication. Division is placing here, divide kilometer to meter. So that is a okay. So I think now is done, and I one by one. So that is our b2c and c2b constructor and casting operator function. There are three rules: class member, no any return data type, and you can also return the value. Okay, type name and that syntax. Okay, first write this class. Yes, that class is our declaration. 1 kilometer distant default, one parameterized get, keyword, show, and float operator casting operator casting function. Casting, yes, type casting. So class 2 basic, that is a type casting. So that is name. Operator is keyword type block of statement, and write this outside our class. There are I define show and operator casting function. Write these two. That is a third section in C++, and last is a main. So I just yes. So complete. So now I close this file, yes, and quit. So subscribe my channel Ashok Sijal Academy, press the bell icon to never miss any update. Thanks for your watching, supporting, and sharing my video lecture. And any doubt for this definition or any other programming in C++ or any language, so write in comment section. I give the definitely answer. So thanks again, and Hare Krishna.